Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. We are back, and last episode we set up this, I was going to say monstrosity, that's usually what we say, but it's pretty nice. It is a thermal evaporation plant. It consists of a controller, 2 valves for input and output of the liquids, and a valve up here for the heat that we're pumping out of this resistive heater. About 2,000 forge energy per tick, and that's about, what is that? 1.3 thousand Kelvin. Quite hot indeed. And so that's making us brine out of water that we don't have. I think we don't have because I think it's processing it quickly. Honestly, it might just not be working. Hard to tell. With that being said, I do actually want to switch that out for some good old-fashioned liquid tubes from Mechanism regardless, because I think they actually can go faster. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around what I'm looking at. What am I after? I'm after these. Yeah, mechanical pipes. Again, I'm a little bit confused. I thought we automated that stuff, but I guess we didn't. Also, again, I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit like, almost like breaky at times, because like I'm trying to hold back coughs still. So we're still not quite healed up, but I do feel a little bit better today. So fingers crossed. Oh, wait, hold on. Mechanical pipes. That's what we want. And do we have them automated? It does not look like it. Okay, cool. Alright, so we'll keep making these, but it is good to know that at least we've got some already. Huh? Huh? That's really not good. What? What? I'm very confused because that exists, which was obviously placed there in the last episode. Like, right down to the expansions we made. Including, like, this right here is a pipe. You know what I mean? Like, it's a mechanical pipe that we made. And yet, all of our recipes, including ones from ages ago, aren't in here? Huh. But then, it's only that guy? What's me compressing? Huh. I'm very confused. So if I place it... Huh. That's bad. That's very bad. We had a lot of recipes in here. Hold on. I am very... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very, very confused by that because I don't know what could have caused that. You know what I mean? Because everything else appears to be fine. Like, these all obviously have their patterns in them. I haven't updated since the last episode. So, like, it's not like, oh, a new version got rid of them. These all look fine. How weird. There's no way... Did I do something? I don't think I did anything in the last episode. And, I mean, like, this is literally like a private server sort of thing that I'm just running locally. Meaning, when I stop recording, I turn it off and I make a backup of the saves. So, okay. Well, I guess we'll... that means I don't have any of the enriching recipes as well. What? Which means if I try to order one of these... Yeah, it doesn't have an enriched... I'll be back. Yeah, weird. And the patterns aren't even in, like, my system. So, like, they didn't get, you know, sucked away or something. Yeah, whatever. I added in the enrichment recipes, so at least, in theory, we can order stuff again. But very, very annoying. Because, you know what? I'm pretty sure every single... And I mean every single mechanism machine we had. Like, all of the factories. I mean, I guess we've got some here. But I think all the new ones we made, we just had them in here. They're not there anymore. Yeah, sorry, I'm really confused, even just from, like... Obviously, you know, sometimes there's bugs, sometimes things like this happen. But I'm very confused specifically, like, why that one crafter, without even a Modpack update or anything? That's so weird to me. Like, that makes no sense. Okay. It's fine. It's not the worst thing that could have happened, for sure. I probably could load it back up, but once again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just sort of like, weird. Alright, boom, boom. We're going to get this guy to pull water. And we're going to hook this guy up like so. And there we go. This guy will fill up with water. These mechanical pipes, by the way, we actually had the perfect amount, which is awesome. These guys can do 128 buckets per tick, or actually, no, sorry. 32 buckets per tick. The pump rate is obviously different to the capacity. 32 buckets per tick. The ultimate pipe upgrades can only do 10 buckets per tick, so more than 3 times better. So, yeah. It's worthwhile using them. Obviously, this guy's heated up. We've got some brine. We're making about, what's that? 1,000, or essentially 1 bucket of brine per tick, which is awesome. All this stuff's processing. Now, you guys also had some very, very helpful tips. I was trying to put gas upgrades into these machines over here. You may have seen I kept checking the upgrades and looking at what we had. But it completely just, like, vanished from my mind that I should be putting them, at the very least, in the machines in here. Because you can chuck them in this, for example. Gas upgrades. And they'll use less gas, which is obviously insanely efficient for your system. Now for this, I know we're jumping around quite a bit. We're probably going to want to make some patterns for, well, for the gas upgrades, right? I don't want to have to be making stuff myself. What do you think this is? Get the exact upgrade. It's just a crafting recipe as well, I guess. I realize every time I fly away, I realize I had a teleporter to get here, but it's fine. Everything's okay. Chuck this here. Gas upgrades. We'll order a stack. Do we need a stack? Probably not, but it's not going to hurt. Cool. So, now not every machine, once again, takes gas upgrades. I guess it's just, yeah, machines that use it, not to convert, but to actually just use it. Yeah, I guess. So we'll get a few of these. We'll obviously apply them to these machines. They're 10 times more efficient, I guess. Maybe that's what that means. I don't know. This guy here, he works with gases, but he doesn't accept the upgrade because he makes the gases. And I guess that's a bit different. These guys here, they use gas. So I'm going to guess that I can place the upgrades in here. Yep. Shift right click. None of those guys use gas. This guy uses liquids, washing liquids, using liquids. Infusing gases, once again, I don't believe that works, as you can see. The rotary condensator, obviously not. Oxidizers, infusers, neither of those. And then we're back to separators. So I believe it's just those 2 machines I hooked up. Cool. Awesome. So everything should be just that little bit more efficient. So now, what do? How do we test the system once more? Well, in terms of iron, we have 1,000. I believe before I tried ordering like 2,000. So we'll do that again. Oh. Yeah, sorry. I forget how the system works. That's going to just craft it directly. How do I get the system working again? It's this in here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to order iron crystals, and they pretty much translate 1-to-1. So like 1 iron crystal eventually turns into an iron ingot. So if I order 2,000 of these, it will cost us 67 blocks. We can order that, and all the machines should start up. So this guy obviously starts using the sulfuric acid to make what we want. That then starts getting cleaned in these machines. Do these have upgrades? They don't. Let's go ahead and solve that real quick. We've actually got a very messy inventory, and that's pretty clean. Okay, so 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're pretty much going to chuck these in every machine that will let us. Or at least that's the plan. So speed upgrades, energy upgrades, and now these are obviously going quite fast, which is pretty cool. These guys here are processing them. I'm pretty sure I've already put the upgrades in them, but I don't know, it doesn't hurt to just make sure. For example, this guy I think just took a few upgrades, so he's now good to go. And that's pretty much where we're at. I think this is clearly a bottleneck, at the very least. And the rest of these, it's like only one thing's making it into the machines. They don't even need upgrades. Cool. So yeah, so we just need to increase this. So chemical crystallizers. Let's see just how difficult this is to expand if we wanted to, right? So chemical crystallizers, do I even have them? No, the recipe's been deleted. Awesome. I'll be back. Alrighty, we've got a chemical crystallizer. So once again, I'm going to go for... You know what? I might just go for 9 more because it was very slow. Obsidian dust we don't have. That's probably something in the enrichment chamber, isn't it? Obsidian dust. I'm still... I don't know if it's coming across, but I'm so baffled by, like, just the sheer lack of the stuff. Yeah, so it's the enrichment chamber recipe. Okay, cool. Oh, I do realize, by the way, if we wanted to make this faster, we'll just have to increase these patterns. At the moment, it's probably not the end of the world. The thing's pretty much full all the time. You know, it could probably be a little bit faster. But for example, if I just double each of these recipes, it's obviously going to put a lot more in at once to really make the most of this guy. Alrighty, we've got the machines. We've got the tubes. So the tubes... Oh, really don't want to be misplacing them like that. The tube's going to go across here. And then obviously the machines are going to go across here. Boom, boom, boom. And boom, boom, boom. Was there anything underneath? I didn't actually check. We'll have a quick look. Nope, just planks. Awesome. So we'll finish tubing this up. Da-da-da. Now they're going to have importers, which obviously are going to need my little cable covers and whatnot. So I'll quickly hook all this stuff up. And already, so far, I'd say this is pretty good in terms of, you know, quick and easy to set up and whatnot. Let's order a stack of these. I don't know how long that'll take, but I don't know. We're clearly going to be using more of them. So that should be fine. Go here real quick. Gates. I just need 9 of them. Beautiful. I also think that we could definitely benefit from, like, power cables, but I think it's okay. I think the gates are arguably better because it's more direct. We don't have to worry about, like, the cable's not able to pull enough or transfer enough. Like, we just don't have to worry about that. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. Now, arguably, we don't even need a configuration card, but I guess we do because they're not outputting. So that's okay. Oh, we've actually got it on us. So all we need to do is shift right click that one. And then if we just right click each of these, then we're good. You just double check, make sure there's no items sitting in them, and there's not. So we're good. All that's left now is the upgrades. Okay, so we've got 12 of these, all running as intended. Now, all that means is that we're getting 4 in each of these. That's not horrible, but obviously still not the greatest. In terms of the liquid, I think currently we're just out of any of the liquids. That's why it's oh, actually, yeah, the washers are out. So this is just all that we have left. We can still clearly benefit from having a lot more of these. They are nowhere near as fast as what we require to process all this stuff, which is a little bit concerning, just looking at the system as it currently is. This is going to be massive, and I feel like the rest probably just aren't. Cool. Now, what about the rest? Hydrogen chloride, we do appear to be good for it. The pipe's full. The tank is full. They're all full. These guys over here, plenty of oxygen, not a problem there. And then, yeah, these machines are just doing their thing. Cool. Now, with all that being said, we still only have 1,000 iron. So, we're still missing, like, I don't know where it's going. We just ordered 2,000 iron crystals that allegedly went through the full process. And yet, here we are. So I don't really... Let's see. Okay. Honestly, we've actually almost caught up. You can see it was getting pretty low. So the next thing would probably be this guy here. And in fact, he just doesn't have upgrades. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and sort that problem out real quick. And then we're in the need for sulfuric acid, which is sulfuric acid. That's this guy, right? This guy's getting sulfur, and we don't have sulfur. Okay. Did we decide how we were getting sulfur? I feel like we did, but then I have no idea what that was. Whatever it happened to be. We could do that. Gunpowder, hydrogen chloride. I mean, that's an option, I guess. No, I don't remember. Uh-oh. Okay, I mean... how painful. So... what is the plan? Currently, we don't have sulfuric acid. Because we don't have sulfur. So I just need... sulfur. We've got sulfur ore. We've got... yeah, sulfur ore. We don't have infinite of it. That's obviously the main problem, is that whatever we do here, we want infinite of it. Now, yes, of course, you can probably just grow the stuff, but there is no fun in that. For me specifically. So, we must find another way. The sag milling option isn't the worst idea ever. So hold on. The hydrogen chloride here, if I put gunpowder in here, this makes us sulfur, which then starts the system back up again. These guys clearly need some upgrades. Surprise, surprise, surprise. But then I think we're just good. I already checked gas upgrades for these, obviously. So that's making us the sulfur. And everything's working again. Okay, so that means I can do something. So if we look at our gunpowder, we've got 2.9 million. We can try this out. I can get a detector. Yeah, I can get a detector. We can get another exporter. I don't know if this is the play. I'll be honest with you. I feel like getting sulfur through a different means is probably better. But we'll give this a shot anyway, just because it feels like something we can try. What a sentence. So we'll hook this up. That guy will go here. This guy will only work without redstone signal. This guy can go here. It doesn't matter that he's connected, because this guy's just going to ignore redstone. And we will be saying that if for whatever reason we have a stack of sulfur in the system, or I guess over a stack of sulfur, emit a redstone signal. Because if we have over a stack of sulfur, that means that these machines are all filled to the brim, which is awesome. And then all we have to do is search for our gunpowder and just drag it in. And there we go. Now the problem is, obviously, our machine, like, these guys are full. They can't run. They can't run for the foreseeable future. Which I guess is also an issue, because this guy's filled to the brim. I actually probably want to do a regulator and tell this guy to only keep, honestly, even just one. That'll probably be better, because then that way, if we do manage to get a stack of sulfur in the system, other stuff can start without having to first process through all this stuff. But we'll see. Once again, we can expand it. It's okay. So this stuff here, I mean, honestly, we actually will get a stack pretty soon, because these guys aren't that fast. We're probably gonna have to upgrade those anyway, expand that and whatnot. Yeah, okay. Because as you can see here, in here, we're just waiting on the sulfur, just constantly. I think even this machine, we're just waiting on the sulfur. So yeah, we can definitely benefit from more of those. Oh, here we go. And we have a stack of sulfur, which means this is emitted redstone, which means no more gunpowder going in. So once these process, they're good to go. Everything else will process. Obviously, once again, these guys, they're trying their hardest. But yeah, that's awesome. So, chemical oxidizers. Once again, I don't know if we actually have these craftable. Oh, we do. Awesome. I'm going to order, I think, 9 more of these as well. Seems like a nice number. And we'll just slap them on. So they pretty much just need power, some pressurized tubes at the bottom, and some item pipes at the top. Okay, these are all hooked up. As you can see, they're eating quite a bit of sulfur, which is awesome. They're obviously making a bunch of stuff. That's all getting taken out quick enough. And these guys are obviously filled. Next up will be this guy that's filled. Then these pipes will fill. Then the machine will fill. Then every other machine will fill. So, you know, it's got a little bit of work to do. It will probably mean, yeah, that these guys are going to be running quite consistently for a while. But they've also processed everything else, which means in terms of iron, once again, you would think that we would have a lot more. I am curious though, is what's happening here, and it could be, are we just making enrichment chamber into iron dust? Is that all we're doing? Enrichment chamber into iron dust. I think that's all we're doing. We mustn't be actually smelting the final product. That's got to be what's happening here. So the question would be iron dust into iron ingot. That's fine. Okay. So all I need to do is remove the recipe that just makes the dust as is. So for example, over here in one of these, we have raw iron equals 2 iron dust. So if I just remove that, as well as the gold, as well as the osmium, then we should be good. Allegedly. Yeah, okay. So if we jump back under here, this is obviously where we've got this thing for the crystals. So if I chuck this in, this guy's actually fine. We can probably just clear this pattern and chuck him back in there. The gold, however, we can do this now. So gold crystal. Let's go ahead and synchronize this stuff. Gold crystal. I believe what we'll do is we get 30 of these from one gold raw ore block. Is that... I think that's how we're doing it. I don't know if that's accurate, but I thought it was accurate for this, so it must be accurate. I'm just going to trust previous me. We're going to have faith in the system. Osmium crystal. Boom. 30 of those allegedly again. Osmium raw block. Cool. I guess honestly these osmium ones might be easier to track compared to the iron. So if I search osmium, we've currently got 200 ingots. I may actually just take all those out, right? So that we can see exactly what's in the system when I order them. So if I order 1,000 here, it's missing the dust. Gotcha. What does that mean? It's missing the dust, that's fine. I almost need to tell this it doesn't make crystals, it makes 30 of the finished goods. 30 dust. Yeah. I think I figured it out. I think we need to have dust be the final result. Because everything's automated up until dust. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna try this. We'll give this a shot. It makes sense in my brain. We'll test it out, obviously. Dust. Boom. 30. Alright. I updated them. Cool. Chuck them back in here. So now if I search osmium... Oh, if I search osmium, and I try to order the ingots, I should be able to order 1,000, and it will use 34 raw osmium. And there we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All of these have 100 millibuckets in them. And now the pipe's filled with osmium. Ay caramba. Okay. It was inevitable. How does that look? Does that look better for you guys? I've just realized I've been running shaders this whole time. Man. Okay. Yeah, so that's the problem with the round robin, is that you end up with an imperfect amount if you have an imperfect amount of crystallizers, right? How do we solve this? I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh yeah, that's rough. Okay. Alright, hear me out. What we could try to do is see if we can store the liquid in our refined storage, right? So first thing I want to do is I'm going to jump back to the base. In here, we've got a 64k fluid storage. Can we make an infinite fluid storage? Is that somehow cheaper? I think it's worth looking into it, because if we can make that, then we may be able to just store all the slurries. Now, regardless of whether or not you can store slurries in these fluid storage discs, it's fine. Worst case, we have infinite fluid storage. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that because I could be wasting my time if that was our full intention. But we're just going to try it regardless. And boom. Cool. Okay, so all of these are going to go in there. La 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 la. Infinite fluid. All we need is some gold and some nether quartz. Honestly, not much nether quartz at all. And the gold, that's an easy problem as well. Gold, raw gold. Bank that. Chuck that in there. The quartz, I think we had a machine over here. I believe we were making quartz over here as well. Weren't we? Because we had soul sand being made. And we have a thing importing soul sand to auto-craft it. Okay. And then, yeah, this thing was also able to make the other stuff. Oh, interesting. I don't know. This was making ice. Okay. Because obviously if you put soul sand on this, it makes quartz, right? That's the idea. Alright, I'm just, I've sped up the fan, and I'm just processing, you know, a couple stacks. We've already got enough soul sand, enough quartz, but we'll get a little bit more. A little bit more doesn't hurt. Cool. So I've got all that. So I can now order the infinite fluid storage. I'm just gonna do it. Why not? I don't know how long this will take. Probably a very long time. It's also going to try to process the gold in this system here, which is obviously kind of broken at the moment. Let me make some chemical tanks, because I'm pretty sure you can store slurries in them. And we'll just have to do a bit of like a temporary fix, I guess is the best way to say it. We're just going to store them separately, and then we'll extract them once we have a solution made, I guess. That's going to have to be our best bet. So I may need 3 of these already. So we'll order that. Jump down here. Because like currently it's all in the pipes. We need to get that out. Then we need to also somehow deal with that iron. And then we also have to deal with the gold. Or even, I guess, the more iron that we're making. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright, what we can make in the meantime is this guy here. A gauge dropper. Gauge dropper. I don't know. I had one. And this guy will actually pull the liquid out of the inventory. So as you can see, now the osmium can go in. And it will store it within itself. The only downside is obviously you have to go and tap this on every single one of these, which is, well, quite rough. You can also void the stuff in the gouge dropper. You could obviously put it back into another machine. But it's very much a manual thing. So you don't really want to rely on it. Oh, the machines are out of power. That's another thing I forgot to mention. We did make a second reactor, which as you can see has power in it. But I guess... Oh, yeah, well, I mean, what's this gonna do? Oh, I know. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually very confused by a lot of things right now. So now that works? Yeah, okay. I don't know what just happened, but I don't think we have enough power even with both these machines, to be honest. But I guess that's something we'll have to wait and see. Okay. Oh, and we actually don't have enough hydrogen. We've somehow used it all. Cool. So, let's see if we can afford, I don't know, 3 of these machines. Oh, God. We've got to... I'll be honest. We've made big mistake. Like, I'm pretty sure our entire system currently is just, like, bricked. Like it's just broken at the moment. We're just waiting on literally everything. In terms of hydrogen, they've stopped because these have stopped. So honestly, I may actually chuck this guy to dump excess so that we can actually get the hydrogen pumping again. That makes sense in my eyes. And we should also do that over here, potentially. Currently, it's fine. We actually don't even have... Oh, we actually don't even have enough oxygen over here. It might be worth bringing the oxygen in from over in that area. Yeah, we can do that. Can we get some blue wool? We can get 2 blue wool. We'll search tank. Obviously, we want to make these. Boom, boom, What are we missing? A bucket. We don't have iron. Okay. Okay, now they've got hydrogen, and now they don't have the other stuff. Cool. We've got the brine. This guy has... Huh? Has sodium. I guess we were never dumping excess. Cool. Okay, we're back in business. Alright, wonderful. Brilliant. Oh, these machines don't have speed upgrades. Gotcha. So boom, boom, boom. And now we're making a lot more oxygen and hydrogen, which means these guys should hopefully burn through this stuff a lot faster. Hopefully emptying this pipe. Brilliant. Alright. I'll have to double check the ones over here as well. These guys probably... Oh, no, they do. Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. Alright, but yeah, as you can see, this is literally going to be our life for the foreseeable future. In terms of, oh, there's a bottleneck here, let's fix it. Oh, there's a bottleneck here, let's fix it. Oh, there's a bottleneck, fix it, fix it, fix it. And then eventually, what I honestly shouldn't have done was switch over as quickly as I did with, like, all my recipes for, you know, gold, iron, and osmium. Because now we've got all of this attempting to process. And, like, it's rough. We don't have enough stuff. What it does do, though, is it pushes your system to the limit. So right now, we have barely any hydrogen chloride. Enough for it to run, but poorly, clearly. And on top of that, we obviously, as a result, don't have enough sulfur. We could see that there was, like, some oxygen issues, but we've sort of hopefully fixed that by putting some upgrades in. And yeah. Now, there's a few ways to go about, I guess, fixing these issues, right? And upgrading. And we could do what we did, right? We saw an issue here where there was, you know, some slurry stored up in here, like we see right now. And as a result, we made a ridiculous amount more. We can do that. But honestly, we made 9 more machines. Now, it's a lot compared to what we had. And so I think it is good for a startup. But it doesn't, like, knock the issue out of the park. You know what I mean? And as a result, we have what we have right now, where even now there's still too much stuff. We need to expand it again and again. And it takes so much longer to do, like, 9 more, and then 9 more, and then 9 more, instead of just going, hey, I'm just going to place 100 down. You know what I mean? Like, we need to knock these issues out of the park. Now, to be fair, I didn't know that this would still be a problem. You know what I mean? I thought not. I thought 12 total would be plenty. And if I just made 100, but it was such a small issue, then it would be overkill. So there is a bit of balancing to figure out. On top of that, we still do have the issue of, like, storing the liquid in here and then making sure there's only 200 millibuckets. I still do want to store it in an infinite storage disk, but I mean, yeah, I don't really know what the play is there. Honestly, what I might do, I'm gonna take these recipes out. I'm gonna try to pick all this stuff back up. And we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Just to make the storage. But now we should be able to do it. Boom. And that should be a lot faster because it's just gonna churn the dust out. So hey, at the least we'll have an infinite fluid storage this episode. Can we even craft it this episode? I'm just looking at how how rough this is in terms of processing. Alrighty, we have an infinite fluid storage disk. This combined with one of these guys that hopefully we can craft will give us infinite fluid storage. So I can chuck this in here. We can grab, is this good? Yeah, I think he's good. We should have a manipulator. Yeah, this guy here. So we can dump the fluids into the system in theory using this. I guess I can change it to fluid mode. And that appears to be doing the trick. Yep, cool. So, there we go. Awesome. As a result, I don't know, we can pull this apart. Sure, whatever. And there we go. Infinite fluid storage. So, the follow-up. I don't know if we want to do it this episode, but we could. The follow-up is to store the fluid out of a chemical washer into our refined storage system. So, that would look something like this, if it's even at all possible. And I'm still a little bit Like, I won't be surprised if it's not, I guess is what I'll say. So covers and covers. Beautiful. Boom, boom, boom. Pow, pow, pow. And these might be some importers, if everything works. Okay, so currently, there's nothing in here. I can grab, yeah, we'll do iron. I can grab some blocks of raw iron, chuck them in. They're obviously gonna make some fluids. Cool. It's full. So if I grab 3 importers, or I guess we'll try with 1 at the start, and do fluids. Okay, so it doesn't work. Now, here's where we have an option. Because I believe applied energistics can. If we search slurry, then we see this stuff. Cool, that doesn't really help. We could do... I'm just trying to think. Because if we did the largest chemical tanks, then we could, like, store them before... But it's still messy. Oh, here we go. Chemical cells. These will store chemicals from mechanisms. They're from mechanistics. Applied mechanistics. God, the tickle in my throat is really bugging me out. You can probably tell in my voice. So we could have a mixed system where temporarily everything's stored in applied energistics. So like, instead of this being here, we have an applied energistics system that imports all the slurry and then exports all the slurry in 200 millibucket intervals. And then that's it. And then everything's back into into refined storage. I think that's what we'll do, personally. What's the alternative? I really don't know. We can double check the quest book and make sure there isn't some sort of gas thing in refined storage, like a gas add-on. I don't think there is. If I search chemical, obviously we've got chemical tanks. We've got, we've got mega chemical storage cells for applied energistics. So these will store massive amounts. Obviously, applied energistics super storage cell. Oh, these things will also store the stuff. God, the tickle in my throat, man. I could cry all day. Chemical P2P. Okay. Okay, but yeah, that does appear to be it. So, I think that's what we'll have to do. I think next episode, we'll make a bridge using applied energistics to connect the slurry to the machines here, the crystallizers. Unless you guys have a great idea in the comments on how we can ensure the right amount goes where it needs to go. They're probably going to want to connect now, which is actually really annoying. Let's maybe just do this real quick, just to make that a better connection. Alright, we'll let these run for now. But if these are ever not 200 millibuckets in them, then we just lose. we just lose. So the alternative on top of that, right? Here's not a bad idea. If we order in these recipes, right, like block of osmium and whatnot, if we make it so that it's guaranteed to craft a specific amount that will maintain the correct amount in these. You know what I mean? There'd be a way to do it, but I'd also have to scale that up with however many I make. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to end it here. You guys got an episode. I got to have a little bit of fun before, I don't know, my tickle in my throat kicked in. Sweet. We've fixed a lot of problems. The problem is, there's a lot of problem. We still don't have hydrogen chloride kicking. This guy's building up. It's fine. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you are enjoying the series. Hopefully you're having fun. Hopefully, I don't know, my bickering and whatnot isn't too annoying. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, of course, to our donators and channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy, Andre, and Final Phoenix 13. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.